What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel, The Alexa Ray Show. So glad you came to watch this video. I know you probably click on this video like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out like what this story time is gonna consist of. So yeah, this is a story time about the time that I was a side chick and I didn't even know it. I'm just going to like have my phone in my hand because this like story is like so much, and I'm trying to condense like 2-3 weeks into like one quick little story time, and I just got the notes on my phone, so I'll be kind of like reading. I'm not gonna be reading to you guys, but I am going to be like glancing at my phone so I can stay on track as far as the story. So first, you guys, I need you to go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe, okay? And send this video to your friends so they can subscribe to moi, okay? So anyways, I'm gonna just quit all this talking. I'm just gonna jump into the video. Okay, so I'm about to first start this off with characters, okay? So we have Princess, we have Tiger, Davidson, Abe, Pajama, Neil, and MJ. Okay, and all of these characters that I listed play a role in the story. Some play a huge role and some play just like a minor role, and there are some details that I could go in deeper about, but it'll have me all the way sidetracked, so I'm not even just going to include it in the story. So some parts might not make sense, but it's really irrelevant to the main story. Okay, so this all started, I'll say, my first semester of college. I'm not even gonna say like the school name. I'm just gonna say it started my first semester of college. And it was like towards the ending. I met Tiger. When I first had met Tiger, like I just wasn't feeling him. He was like, everybody thought he was like mean and rude, which I did too. But later down the line, and I got to know him, he wasn't that bad, like obviously, because I ended up talking to him. So anyways, yeah, I started talking to him towards the beginning of Christmas break. So I guess first semester of college had ended. There were other people I was texting and stuff like that. Like I was texting this guy named Abe, but I mean, I'm not gonna say we were texting heavy or anything. It was just really minor. I mean, him and Tiger, I was texting kind of here and there consistently. Actually, me and Abe were doing more of like Snapchat, and then Tiger, I was doing more of texting and talking on the phone. Anyways, I had peeped on Twitter that Abe was like, what is it called when you're like talking about somebody but you don't at them, subliminal or something like that, tweets about this girl. And so I had looked, you know, on the girl's tweets, and I was just like, are they like talking about each other? Because she had favorites. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna fall back. So I made a little tweet like, oh, I peeped, so I'm gonna fall all the way back. Bet. Which I don't even think I said bet, because I don't think bet was popping in. But anyways, I remember that he had later Snapchatted me and was just like, I guess trying to see if like he still had me and if like my tweet was about him. So I had responded, but I was just like, I'm gonna fall back or whatever. So me and Tiger ended up like talking like really heavy. I got to know like a completely different side of Tiger, like not the whole mean little Grinch Tiger. Like he was really sweet and stuff like that. So anyways, I was just like, okay, like we getting serious or whatever. So I feel like, I don't think we made it official that we're like talking, but I just felt as if like I ain't talking to nobody else. He told me that I was the only person he was talking to, so I was like, okay, cool. So we go back second semester of college, and I'll never forget, like I introduced him to my friends or whatever, like my sweet mates, which I can just say their names, Jewel and Monty. I had introduced him to them, and I remember I think I introduced him to Monty's mom as well. I don't know, I'm so weird, but yeah, I introduced them, and I think they were kind of like shocked because they were just like, what, like y'all talking? But anyways, see, I had introduced them to them, and then I think we had like went our separate ways because he had chilled in the room with me, and then we went our separate ways. And I ended up later on linking up with my other friends in the cafe or whatever, just because, you know, we were on Christmas break, you know, just kind of want to see what's going on and stuff like that. So we go to the cafe, and, you know, I'm talking to my friends, catching up, one of my friends, who happens to actually be Tiger's family member, his name's Neil, you know, he was telling us that, you know, he's here second semester, but he's gonna be leaving or whatever. So we were like, you know, all sad, and some of us were already sad because friends that we had our first semester didn't make it back to second semester. So we all were just kind of like in our feelings or whatever. So anyways, in the calf, I had saw Abe, and Abe was with a girl named Princess. Now, Princess is actually the girl that, like, was kind of, they were subliminally sending, like, tweets to each other. So when I saw them together in the calf, I'm like, oh, you know, they must be an item or whatever. So, anyway, they came to our table. And Princess, you know, sat beside me and started talking. Now, mind you, me and Princess, we weren't close first semester. But, like, I remember one time when she had turned up with us, I'm like, oh, she ain't that bad, because she's a very unique person or whatever. So I was like, oh, she's not that bad. So, you know, she's just telling me how she dates this dude named MJ. Now, MJ is from my area, so, like, I know about MJ, and I was just like, oh, snap, like, what? You know, I was just like, I mean, I'm not saying I was surprised, but it just, like, I don't know, caught me off guard, because people are, like, coming back with stories about who they talking to and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, whatever, I see you and MJ. So after that, like, I had put together that, like, okay, Abe and Princess, they just like friends, because obviously Princess is dating MJ, so Abe and her they just got to be best friends or whatever. So anyway, back to Tiger. So me and Tiger, like, I already knew, like, I wanted to keep it low-key. I wasn't telling anybody. I mean, of course I told my close friends, but, like, I wasn't gonna tell anybody, like, who I talked to, just because I felt as if when people know who you talk to, they be trying to dig dirt and it just get messy or whatever. Well, anyways, I did end up telling Abe. Now, me and Abe, like, we like I said, like, we used to be cool or whatever, and we kind of, like, talk, so it wasn't no beef or anything there. Because of the tweet, I was just like, I'm gonna fall back. So anyway, I did tell Abe, and Abe had mutual friends that he that talked with Tiger or whatever. And the mutual friend's cousin, actually, Tiger, that's Tiger's ex or whatever they were. So anyway, he was telling me, like, oh, well, they still talk, they still together or whatever. So of course, you know me, I asked Tiger about it, and he was like, nah, like, this whole time since I've been here, who have I been with? I'm like, you know, true, like, you ain't, you know, we've been vibing all Christmas break, you ain't lied to me, so, you know, I'm just believing him or whatever, that's just the past. That was, like, maybe like a flinger or whatever he had. And so I was just, like, telling Abe later on, like, oh no, like, I asked, and he said that was, like, the past, that they did talk or whatever, but they're, you know, not talking anymore. And Abe was just like, alright, whatever, don't say I ain't tell you so, whatever. So I was just like, man, bye. So anyways, let me go back to Princess. So Princess and I had became, I don't want to use the word close, because, like, what I was close to me is like, you like my sister's close, but we became cool to, it was a point where she was, like, coming to our dorm room and, like, hanging out with me and stuff like that. So, and we would do, like, different things and different exercises and workout stuff. So I remember she invited me to her birthday dinner, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. It was me, Princess, of course, it was her birthday dinner, Abe, Pajama, and Pajama's girlfriend at the time. So we all had went to a restaurant. I'm not gonna say the restaurant's name, but we all went to a restaurant. And I just remember, like, me and Abe, like, we were, like, flirting. And now mind you, first of all, I, like, skipped a whole part. Basically, Neil had, remember I told y'all about Neil, he told us he was about to be leaving. Well, Tiger never told me, but Tiger was leaving too, but he never told me that. So, matter of fact, I think he had left, and I was, like, trying to figure out where he was, and he was like, oh, I'm gone. I'm like, what you mean you're gone? And he was basically saying, like, oh, he's leaving for this semester. And I'm just like, okay, well, I knew about your family member Neil, but I didn't know about you. So at that point, I was just, like, real aggravated, and I was ticked off or whatever. So I was like, how can you do that to me? Like, how can you say you want something with me, or we're talking, and you can't even keep it 100? Like, oh, you're not gonna be here this semester. So I kind of like fell back a little bit with Tiger. So me and him had kind of fell back. So I just don't want y'all to think that I was like heavy with Tiger and then I'm like over here with another dude flirting like I want something from him. That wasn't the case. But me and Abe, we were like flirting and stuff. I remember he was taking pictures with me and then he was taking pictures with Princess or whatever. Because, you know, of course it was her birthday. Now, Pajama happened to be my best, like, guy friend. Pajama and his girlfriend at the time was looking at us strange. And I was just like, why are they looking at me funny and stuff like that? So, I was just like, whatever. So, after the birthday dinner, we went back to Abe's room and we had a movie night. And it was me, one of my girl best friends, Davison, excuse me, and, of course, Abe. And, you know, me and Abe, we were flirting in his room too. I think Davison, he ended up leaving out of his room. Because me and Davison, we was on the couch, you know, watching a movie. And I think Davison went to go get like a blanket or something. And that's when Abe came out of his room and he came and sat beside me. And we were just talking and vibing. And we were like talking till 6 in the morning. I kid you not. Like just vibing or whatever. And so anyway, the next day, I don't know if it was the next day or... I'm trying to think. Yeah, maybe a couple days later, I just remember just having a talk and vibing and chilling with Abe again. And he was just like, let's make this official. And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, you know, like talking and stuff like that. I mean, there's other details that I'm just not going to go into or whatever. But he was just trying to, I guess, make me leave Tiger and like talk to him or whatever. So he was just telling me, he was like, you know, Tiger ain't being upfront with you from the beginning. He was just spitting facts. So I was like, you know what, you're right or whatever. So I was just like, let me cut off Tiger. So I ended up texting Tiger and cutting Tiger off like completely. Because me and him, like we weren't talking as heavy, but we were still communicating. So I ended up cutting Tiger off. And was like, okay, well, Abe, let's make this official. Like me and you, we talking and stuff like that. So if me talking is like, kind of like talking to possibly see where it goes or whatever. So we were just on the same page about that. So anyways, we made it official, we were talking. So later that night we went to a party, which is so funny because like after we made it official that we were talking, like we went to the party and did our own thing. Like we danced with other people. It's not like we were tied down or anything, but we were just doing our own thing. Like we didn't go together or whatever to the party. So later that night I ended up spending the night with Abe. So that next morning, he had to go somewhere. To this day, I couldn't tell you where he had to go. It was some trip. And so I ended up going to my room and taking a nap. So then I wake up to like pounding on my door. So it's Davison, Pajama, and Princess at my door. So I open the door and I'm like, you know, what's up? Princess is like, oh my god, like the dude I'm talking to had the nerve to have another girl sleep with him last night. His roommate told me blah blah blah. And I'm like, I was like, dang girl, I was like, OMG, like NAS, like for real, NAS, you know. And I'm just like backing her up because I was like, that's some grimy stuff like that, whatever. And so I saw that Davison and Pajama was pushing her like, come on, like let's get out of her room, let's not bring this stuff to her room and stuff like that, like come on, let's just go. So later on, you know, they ended up leaving out my room and stuff like that. Maybe like 15 minutes later, I get a call from Abe and he was like, hey, you know, we need to talk. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, like I'm in my room. So whenever he got back on campus, he came to my room and he was like, so I gotta tell you something. I'm like, okay. And he was like, so I was kind of like, you know, messing around with someone before we made it officially we were talking. And I was just like, you know, okay, because, you know, I had just cut off Tiger or whatever. And he was like, do you want to know who it is? And I was just like, sure, like it doesn't matter to me, whatever. So then he was like, well, I was talking to Princess. And I was just like, okay, like it just was not like a big deal to me because I just feel as if like I just cut off somebody or whatever. So it's really not like a big thing to me or whatever. So he was just like, yeah, my roommate's mutual friend ended up telling Princess that the girl spent the night or whatever. And she found out and then she got upset or whatever. And he was like, we had kind of fell off a little bit or whatever, but it wasn't nothing serious. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was just crazy to me because like a couple minutes before, like she in my room talking about Abe the whole time, and I didn't know about it, and basically me too, but she didn't know it was me. So later that day, I think that's when she found out it was me. I mean, she didn't do anything, like, wasn't a fight thing. I can't remember really how that ended or whatever, but I do know that they eventually, like, Abe and Princess eventually, like, quit being friends or whatever, obviously, because I think, we made it official that we were going to talk, because I think after, like, 2 or 3 weeks, which is probably fast, we started dating. But, yeah, I really can't remember, like, how it ended, because I feel like it got a little nasty and messy at the end, but I can't remember how everything just kind of blew over. But that basically is like the end of the whole story time of how I was a side chick and I didn't even know it. Ladies, if you are aware that this dude is talking to another girl and you still there, you are wrong, honey, okay? If you don't know, then you're not in the wrong. But if you know, you in the wrong, okay? So anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this video right here because I did not want this to be like a long story time, because I know people don't want to sit here and watch a 20-minute story time. But make sure you like, you guys, make sure you comment and you subscribe to this channel, and please share this channel with your friends, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.